Hello guys, welcome to SMH Solution. Today we are going to discuss regarding how we can create Azure SQL Database and how we can connect this one with our on-premise laptop or on-premise system SQL Server Management Studio. For this purpose, first we can create an Azure SQL database. Anyway, previously I checked this option, that's why it's automatically came to SQL databases. Here we can search for SQL, then only it will come SQL databases. Then click on the create button, and here you can see you have to select the subscription. I already have the subscription, and you have to select the resource group. For this one I will select one resource group. Now if you want, you can create a new resource group also, and I will give the name for this database. I will make it as SMH database, and if you have any server for this database you can provide, otherwise you have to create this logical server. This logical server we are creating mainly for this firewall networking configuration purpose, and with the help of this name we are connecting this database to our normal we are connecting to this database. Okay, so we are giving the name for this one SMHDB server. I will give the name. Location you can select, I will make it as West Europe. Authentication I will make it as use SQL authentication. These things we will discuss later whenever we will go to Azure Active Directory session. Then you can give one admin login name. I will give my name. Password also I will give now. Click on OK button. Now the server we created it. Then right now we designate SQL Elastic Pool. That is the next video we can discuss this Elastic Pool option. And the other thing, if you can make it as production or you want, you can make it as development as a workload environment you can make. And this compute and storage option right now it is coming to general purpose. Okay, if you want you can select whatever you want option you can select. Also you can select everything, how many uh, maximum V cores, memory, everything you can select it. Anyway, we will just click on OK button only. We will make it as a normal one. Click on OK button, and you can select the cores, how many cores you need. You can select. Right now we will go to the minimum one. Here you can see how many cores we selected here. 8V core, right? It is that's why it's came to 8V core, and you can see how much GB is this one. 36 GB is memory, right? It is written. That is why. Okay, data maximum size is 3072. It's K. Anyway, we doesn't need that much size right now. We'll just make it as little bit only 25 GB. Okay, we need 1 GB only. Okay, how much maximum it is coming? 3072 GB it is coming. Okay. Anyway, we course I will make it as 2, and the data maximum size I will make it as 1 GB right now because this is only for the checking purpose only. Click on the apply button. Then you can go to the backup storage redundancy. For the storage redundancy also you can select, you want whatever you want, zone based you want or geo based you want, you can select. Anyway, I will make it as locally because this is only for our video purpose only. Then click on the networking option. Then network connectivity method I will make it as public endpoint. I will make it as so I can access this one. Another everything I will make it as the default only. This one also default. Everything we will make it as the default right now. Then click on the create button. Now this is going to validate now. After this purpose, we can see how this SQL data Azure SQL database will be. And before and anyway we need to open our SQL Server Management Studio. So I will search Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. It is already configured on my laptop. You can also just download this application. You can configure this one. Now this is also opening right now. We can see what is happening here. Deployment is in progress now. Now what is happening to our SQL Management Studio? It is opening. So the thing is that first I will, you can see this is my local SQL server. Here I will authentication, I make it as Windows authentication. So click on the connect button. This is my Microsoft. Yeah, here you can see this is my local system SQL Server Management Studio database. Everything you can see here. I didn't create anything inside. I didn't create any extra things for this our testing purpose only. Okay. Maybe now we can just wait. We can just wait for some times. Then after this deployment will progress, then we will go for, I will tell you the next steps. This will take me up to 2 or 3 minutes. This will take maybe in maximum 1 minute right now. We can just wait. Yeah, deployment is complete now. Now we will go to our database. This is our SQL database. Here you can see whenever you will create this SQL database, you can get these options, right? Configure access. That means that how we can connect to our SQL server through the network. For that purpose, if you want, you can click on clear configure button. If you want to connect to application, then this option you can provide. Anyway, right now we will go, how we click on this configure option, this one, for the network accessibility purpose. Okay. For that purpose, you can come here. Oh, okay, it's already public network access already here. Okay. So next thing is that we will come to this SQL database. Click on this SQL database. Then this is our server name, right? Click on this server name. Then in the server name, we have to go to this networking area from the security. Then first thing you have to do is you have to provide the access. 1 second. Where is the connectivity? Yeah, connectivity is okay. Public access. Here, this one I will come show you from the public and from the networking area, from the public access area. You have to come to this session, then click on add your client IPv4 address. Okay. Without this one, you cannot go to your query editor option. Click on the save button. Successfully updated, right? Again, we will go back to our SQL database. Then click on this query editor. First, you have to log in with the help of the SQL Server authentication. I will log in now. You can see here, you can see your tables, views, stored procedures. If you want to click on the this area, click on the query, and you can type the commands and everything. You can type it. It's up to you guys. Okay. Then now the same SQL database, how we can access from our local PC. So it's better we can work through this one, right? So for that purpose, already you can open that SQL Server Management Studio, and here you can see the connect button, then come to database engine. Then server name, you can go for, first thing you have to select, copy our server name, right? So come back to SQL database. Here, where is our server name? Yeah, this server name you have to copy, then paste this one. Authentication, we can make it as SQL Server authentication. Login name you have to provide. Now you can see, uh you can see our, yes, you can see our SQL database. Here that three options you can see: databases, security, integration service. But you can see here applications, always on high availability, integration service, catalogs. From our local SQL server you can see, but from our Azure SQL database you cannot see that options, right? Because most of the things are managed by Microsoft Teams only. Okay guys, then we can see for our next video.